So this is the best way to set goals. Let's go. So I've used this a couple of weeks ago, mainly just to set my priorities because I've been fucking lost. I got lost and stuff, and I had a whole bunch of different life like stuff that had to fucking occur. And so basically, I used this a while ago, and so that's why I thought to make a video on this because it is probably some of the most valuable stuff you can learn in your life. And setting priorities in life is always going to be something that you're going to have to do at some point in your life, and you're going to continuously keep doing it when you do it once. And so you might as well do it in the perfect way possible. And so that's my promise to you. I'll help you to basically set goals in the most efficient manner that will get you to get to your goals as fast as possible and as efficiently as possible. And so if you're new here, I'm Muhammad. I am the guy who created the channel. And my main goal is basically just to help you get to your goals. Or I'm really like, my main goal is just to provide education to everyone by way of making these videos. And really, I find it entertaining to make these videos. And so that's kind of some of the main reasons why I make these. And so right off, the way is simply called Essential Few. It is basically trying to be an essentialist while still trying to maximize stuff. Because when you really think about it, like I like to kind of draw this mainly because it just fucking helps. If we really try and just fucking like draw this, I want to move the fucking loom thing. Hopefully you can see this really well. So I like to draw this every single time. I apologize because I am fucking obsessive with this, but I really need to kind of just fucking explain this. So these are two different people, right? One person has one goal. Another has a lot of goals. Like, I'm talking a lot. But if you can clearly look at this, the two aren't really the same. Because this guy decided it would be a better option to basically just focus on one goal. While that guy is basically just distracted and he's, trying to focus on a whole bunch of different goals. But this guy right here, he doesn't exactly have his progression right. Because if you can look at this, his arrows are quite shorter than this guy. This guy has one arrow, but it's tall. He's going really fast and he's progressing really well. He's made strides already. Now this guy, he's focusing on so much other stuff that now it's quite irrelevant. And so my main point is essential few. We're trying to be essential here. So basically, the easiest way that you can be essential is by just elimination. And that's exactly what we're going to be covering. We're going to basically make you an essentialist who wants to chase few, but to get to his goals in the quickest and best fashion, that the goals that actually matter for him, not the goals that have been placed by him, like by society and by people who don't fucking matter. And so, how to actually do this? Set areas. It's quite simple, really. I do really kind of have to keep fucking like coming back here and like trying to really explain this to you. But just set areas. I apologize on this fucking burp because I'm fucking bulking. I ate so much fucking sandwiches yesterday, I swear to God. So you would go relationships. This is for one area. So you early, like if I'm gonna define areas for you, it's just simply stuff like cups that shit goes into in your life. So you've got health and fitness. Straightforward. You care about finance and career. Sweet. You care about friends. Relationships, you could kind of sum it up, but you do have some friends, so that's also an area. Family, that's an area. Now, of course, I do just kind of have to mention this. For me, at least, I do prefer to actually have these two as a part of relationships and also intimate relationships as one. But for just explaining this, I kind of have to kind of put these in small buckets, and I actually do prefer. Like, if I'm just going to add a step, it would be something like set areas. And then, of course, our next one is basically eliminate unnecessary ones. But I do have to actually add this, which is sum up areas. We're going to discuss this a bit more later. So, basically, you name the areas that you have. But it's not just like this, because you also care about karate. You also care about guitar, because you're trying to learn guitar, right? So, guitar. You also have school. Fuck school. And then You also probably have this like swimming hobby that you do every once in a while. And it keeps going on and on and on like this. You have all these different stuff that you do, but it's not exactly like that good. Because we have all these things, but we probably could eliminate from these to further our goals. So, our next one is basically eliminating unnecessary areas. And it's very, very simple. We just eliminate the ones we don't need. And so, you probably don't need that karate, right? We might as well remove it. You probably don't need that guitar either. Might as well remove it. Swimming, do you really care? Remove it. And it's like you just keep removing on and on and on. Can you remove school? Then do. Do you want to focus solely on your finance and career and just go all in on business? Sweet. Now, it might be something different for you. You might want to be a swimmer, and so you want to focus on swimming. And so in a weird way, you'd have to kind of stop watching the business videos because you just want to go all in on swimming or on karate or on guitar. At the end of the day, in a weird way, it still would be a part of career, but you've made karate your finance and career. And so it becomes such a weird, different, like, loop of stuff. But that's why we have this step, which is sum up areas. So we could say that relationships, friends, and family are one area. We'll just sum them up. Now, if we put health and fitness on two different spectrums, like two different words, we would just sum them up together. But I already did that. And so it's quite straightforward, really. Now, if you plan on working in career, you want to be a doctor, for example, then in a weird way, school would be a part of your finance work. In a weird way, that's just how it is. And so it's just that simple. And then you basically sum up those areas. Simple. Now, once you've got the areas that are basically essential, you've eliminated all the unnecessary fluff that you don't need. And this is an important step, eliminating the fluff. If you don't eliminate the fluff, you'll end up like this guy here, with basically you're not making progress on any of your goals because you're just like, you have so much shit to look at that you can't look at it all at once. Or you can look at it and you can manage to look at everything, but somehow you don't make progress because you have so much stuff to look at, as opposed to this one guy who's just looking at one direction and he's going in that one direction. And he makes so much progress because he's looking at one direction. Because when we really think about it, success isn't linear, it's compounding. It keeps going on and on and on, and it keeps fucking multiplying by itself. And that's how it just keeps fucking skyrocketing like this when you're looking at one direction. And also, you kind of have to take in momentum as well, which only multiplies you more. And so, this guy, he's not going nowhere. But this guy, he's going the exact place that he wants to go. And yeah, sure, you could tell me, oh, yeah, this guy lives a balanced life, but he's going to stay like this forever. None of these will grow bigger. And so, I'm not saying to focus on one area. What I am saying is that you've got to focus on at least, 3 areas is the max number. But really, you would focus on one, mainly. And so, like, this is something that I perhaps kind of forgot to mention, is you would actually focus. Set the priority. It's insane to think about, but genuinely, set the priority. I'll talk about this a bit more, but it's just about setting the priority at the end. So, yeah, set 3 goals per area. So we have, right here, relationships. And so we've already kind of summed this up. Relationships talks about friends, family, and intimate relationships. Now, you probably wouldn't have a family goal. Unless you're married already, you probably wouldn't have a family goal. And you probably wouldn't have a goal of friends unless you don't already have friends, which then means you want to build your, like, a high value social circle. That could be something. But chances are it's probably looking for a partner, intimate relationship. At least that's what it is, like what it was for me. And so I'm trying to build this, right? Relationships. And so that's my goal. I have these other areas, but I've not recognized them. Now, we're setting 3 goals, right? So we could set the high-value social circle. We could set the relationships as the intimate relationship. And we could set a family goal. But at the very end of the day, it's going to be the one thing that's going to get us the most progress. And we'll talk about this a bit more. So set up 3 goals, like just 3 goals per area. Do this for all areas. And then you eliminate 2 goals from those and you only keep the one that you need. And a good way to do that is by simply asking yourself, what is the one goal from these that if I accomplished will give me the most amount of progress? And so here we set a goal of intimate relationship. Here we set a goal of having a high value social circle. Here we set a goal of, just getting to know your family better. I guess that's something. Well, which one would give you the most amount of progress? Now, in a weird way, actually, if you don't have the friends, you would actually be better off building your friend circle and then looking for a partner. Because in a weird way, this will help you to get to this. Because now you have friends, and so you have a much more exciting life, and so now girls are attracted to you naturally, and so it makes the second goal easier. And so now you know what to choose, and so you eliminate the intimate relationship goal, you eliminate the goal of getting close to your family, and you just focus on building the high value social circle. And so now you have a good social circle once you're done with that, and then you can move on to the next best thing for you, which is the intimate relationship, or perhaps even for getting close to your family, because it's probably not that necessary. You're already getting close to them. You already know them very well. But in a weird way, then again, having the other goal of being financially free will, in a weird way, help family and supply all these other areas. This would go in a whole different fucking rant, but really, I'm trying to make this as short as it possibly could to really maximize the amount of value for you per time. So really, I want to try and make this as minimalistic as possible. Just eliminate two goals. Try and really focus on one. The key question here is, what is the one goal of these that if I accomplish will give me the most amount of progress and will give me the most amount of happiness and content in my life? Do that one, and then simply stick to it. And then again, think strategically. Think, if I choose this one, what will happen? If I choose that one, what will happen? If I choose the third option, what will happen? And simply it's all about just choosing one, really, if you think about it. I'm not really telling you to eliminate two, but I'm telling you to basically think of choosing one as the main goal for the area. And do this for all the areas. So now you have one goal per area. Now set the priority. What's the one area that if you focused on and you put all your focus on throughout the next, let's say, period that comes on, year or 2 years, if you put your focus on just this one area, you will gain the most amount of happiness and content in your life, and you will make your life so much fucking better, more than any other area. And then simply focus on that one. For me, at least, it's finance and career, because I know that if I make a whole bunch of fucking money, I will supply my family, I will supply my friends, I'll supply my relationships, I'll be much more mindful. I will also supply my health and fitness, because now I buy supplements and stuff. I don't actually I eliminated school, I eliminated karate, I eliminated all these types of stuff. And so I know that this will basically supply my life in the greatest way possible. And so now I'm focusing on finance and fitness. I'm going all in on this stuff. But then in a weird way, it's I think I gotta have to explain this. All these areas are interconnected, because in a weird way, I use my health and fitness experience to make finance work for me. And so it's quite weird. They're all interlinked. And when you get a relationship, in a weird way, even though that adds something, it gives you such an amount of energy that you could not have fucking imagined. And so this makes your business better. And so accomplishing the goal of having the intimate relationship after you've gotten the social circle will make your business better. But in a weird way, that will also, by making your business better, make the relationship better. And so it's very fucking it keeps going all around, all over the place. But it's just it's an infinite cycle of just happiness, which is what we really want after all. And so set the priority that actually matters to you. And so if I fulfilled my promise, make sure to subscribe and like this video, and do check out Thrive. It's the only thing I sell. I'll help you to build your dream physique. Basically, that's the thing I do. I already talked about this previously. I just kind of help people to build your dream physiques because I've done it myself, and it's the thing that I know for a fact that I can get you results in. And I do offer stuff that basically no one offers. I have a specific way of doing things that is quite not usual. You wouldn't really find this in the market. And so you could just if you're interested in building your dream physique, do check it out. And if you commit to the work, you will be getting the results.